And it is more about reward circuitry in the brain than it is about the external chemicals or behavior that turn on reward circuitry. So that's just basically um, agreeing with what I'm saying there. You know that it's about replacing things in your brain and switching off your brain's chemicals. And just one little thing about what I forgot to mention about prescription medication in America alone, and it must be the same in Britain as well. It's not just America. Doctors are now prescribing 300,000% more opiate medication than they were 5 years ago, which is an absolutely shocking statistic. So we need to be aware of all this. You know, people are falling into this all over the place. Right. So, what can you do? What can you do to start healing? Well, you're going to without. You can do this anytime. By the way, it doesn't matter whether you're on subs. And Suboxone is a fantastic drug, by the way. I was on it a few years ago for 2 years, and at the time, it really calmed my life down. I'm going to make a video on this at some point because there's a lot of stigma around Suboxone. But Suboxone has its place in addiction medication, and it's a brilliant place. So you can do this when you're on Suboxone as well. You can do this into withdrawal. You can do this in addiction, but most importantly, withdrawal and into recovery. You need to be doing these things to start rebuilding these chemicals naturally back into your brain. Get the pathways rewiring themselves again and the chemicals flowing again. Diet's massively important. I'm not trying to teach you to suck eggs here, but you need to be getting loads of whole grain rice, pasta down your bread. You need to be upping your carbohydrates a bit initially and then dropping them at a later date, but I'll go into that. White meat, cut out red meat altogether if you can. White meat, get it down your, especially turkey, which has got it's got a substance in it which is a precursor to dopamine and serotonin production, as has chicken. Masses of fresh fruits and vegetables, organic if you can get hold of it. Blueberries, because you need vitamin C and B vitamins in mega doses, to get these chemicals flowing again. Blueberries, green veg, spinach, kale, broccoli, etc. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, all natural nuts, Brazil nuts, all got masses of magnesium and trace minerals in, which are important for all this, and vitamins. Yeah, so diet is very, very important. And also, sorry, fruit, pineapple and bananas. Bananas extremely good. So yeah, start getting all this down. There's masses more you could look at as well, but basically your diet has to be extremely healthy and balanced. Cut out all sugar and processed food altogether. Don't, because it'll just slow everything up. So cut it right out your diet, sugar and processed food. And you can carry this on years into recovery. It's a healthy lifestyle, so carry it on. Supplementation. Oh, sorry, exercise. Exercise first. Exercise, massively important. Setting goals, small goals initially. Goals are what makes dopamine flow. Setting small goals and achieving them. And exercise is what makes endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine flow. That runner's high you hear about, but in smaller doses. Setting small goals like getting the washing done or the cleaning done might seem small, but you might not have been doing them for months and months and months. Get them, set them small goals, achieve them. That'll get things going. Get out into the sunlight every single day if you can, even if you don't feel like it. Get the vitamin D sunlight. It doesn't have to be sun, it can just daylight. Get them on your body, get it into your system. Brilliant for getting these chemicals flowing. Walking, even if it's just a mile, build it up slowly. Set yourself goals. I'm walking 10k a day now, and I'm trying to do 3,655k in the year from the 1st of Jan to the 1st of Jan 18. That's my goals, and I've built up those slowly over the last few months, and that gets endorphins going, natural painkillers, running's high, euphoria, that feeling of well-being. It'll get it all going again. Massage, brilliant. Acupuncture, brilliant, proven to get endorphins moving and flowing and give you a sense of well-being. But please get someone who's reputable and registered to the Acupuncture Council, someone that's recommended preferably. Supplementation. Go to a really good health food shop, not the supermarket because it's full of rubbish. Just go to a health food shop. Loads of supplements. Brilliant one that you can get in England. I'm sure you can get it in America. 5-HTP, which is a natural precursor. It's an amino acids that precursor to dopamine and serotonin and endorphin production. I've got a list here actually of others as well. Glutamine, which is for muscle spasms, RLS, muscle tension and pain. Glutamine. L-theanine, which helps you feel calm and relaxed. A mega B vitamin. Now get a one that's a natural mega B12, B6, B2. All the B vitamins have been mega dose. Extremely important, but natural. What else? You can use natural things like St. John's wort for depression. I drink green tea and chamomile tea, all good for insomnia. You can buy GABA, GABA, which is an amino acid, which is good for sleep. Melatonin production, calms anxiety and helps you relax. All these things are available. And just keep them up. Be aware in recovery that pause can take effect, which is post-acute withdrawal syndrome. So everyone gets black days, whether drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever they are. Everyone gets black days and depression. But the mega downs that you get with pause can feel hopeless sometimes, which is why I've not been on the group for a couple of days. I've had one. But you have to recognize them as your brain healing and chemicals and pathways healing, and that's what they are. It's proven again. And they can go on for up to 2 years in unlucky people, but it depends on the dose that you've been taking and how long you've been in addiction and so many things. And some people don't even experience it at all, so don't worry about it unnecessarily, but recognize it for what it is. And one thing that addicts aren't is be kind to yourself, be good to yourself, look after yourself, pamper yourself, love yourself, because a lot of addicts don't. They can't even look at themselves in the mirror. Be proud of yourself. It's you've got to be really strong. And this sounds really crazy, but you've got to be strong to be an addict. You've got to be strong to get up every day into withdrawal and pain and fight to go and get your drug and work and do all these things when you feel like shit every minute, to manipulate and lie. And it sounds crazy, but you've got to have some sort of inner strength to be an addict and to put up with all that shit. But get out of it now, please. Life is so good without it. Life is great, and I'll be 6 months clean at the end of this month, and 2.5, nearly 3 months clean of alcohol. And life's never been better for me. And I'm rebuilding relationships again because people are allowing me to, my family are allowing me to, and I love them for it, and I thank them for it. And you can be the same. You've got that inner strength it took to be an addict. Use that inner strength to stop being an addict. And there's a thing behind me that's a picture behind me which says, I don't think you can see it on the thing, but life is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And that's a great saying. The next, I hope that's not been too long and boring for you and will be of some use to you. And I thank you for all your support, and please keep watching. The next one will be shorter and it'll be outside, I promise you, in the sunshine. And the next one will be a bit more light-hearted and I'll show you the village. So join me in the journey of hope. Thank you so much. And until then, carpe diem, just hold on and stay strong. Much love to you all. Goodbye.